Hi everyone, welcome back to another interview series. My name is Mher from Newfoundland and Labrador, and today I have the privilege to interview Abdurrahman Mani from London, Ontario. Hi Abdurrahman, how are you doing?
Hey, Mahid, I'm doing very well. So, I think regardless of where we are in Canada, we're all starting to feel the chill, right? I have
Yes.
a teammate of mine who actually is experiencing snow, so we're not
Oh
that
wow.
bad yet. But yeah, things
It's
honestly are
coming.
are good, and
Yeah.
really
Thank you
excited to be
for
here, man.
being here. It took us some time, but here we are. So, Abdurrahman doesn't just help people find jobs, he architects careers that enhance life rather than compete with it, championing a model where his clients earn between 250K and 500K while prioritizing family, purpose, and personal freedom. As the founder of Dream Path, who practices what he preaches, working just 3 days a week while building a thriving business, his signature mix of tactical career strategies, immigrant resilience, and humanitarian advocacy makes him a speaker who doesn't just teach success, he redefines it on human terms. So, Abdurrahman, my first question for you is why it is important to identify personal values or who you are before even applying for a job? Because we know that people automatically go and apply for a job without even knowing
Mm.
their value. So, why is that important?
Whenever I have this question asked, or when we're working with clients to help them identify where they want to go next, I always come back to the analogy of when we go on a road trip, right? For most people, they like a good road trip to get to see places, but I liken the idea of somebody engaging their job search or their next career move, but not having a very clearly defined idea of where they want to go or what values they want to have in the ideal new role. I liken that to going on a road trip without knowing where you're going to end up, without having a destination, right? It's
Mhm.
like starting in Toronto or New York and be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to drive on this road trip. But then when your friends or family are with you, ask, okay, well, where are we going? You're like, I have no idea. We'll keep driving until we get there,
Mhm.
right? And so it's the same thing. And so not having that type of target role within your search is going in blind. And the reason I place such a high focus on understanding your core values and, like you said in my intro, aligning your career, your ideal role with your dream life, is because I'm a huge believer that we are working to live, not the other way around, right? This idea of
Yes.
living to work, instead of working. Sorry, this idea of working to live as opposed to living to work, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people have it backwards, where a lot of their life is very much focused around their career, their identities around their career. Most of their time is spent on their career, to the extent where they even don't have the right enough amount of time with their families anymore.
Yes.
So for me, when I talk with individuals, everybody at some stage in their career reaches this conclusion where they're like, you know what? Me putting my career first has always led me down a path that where I'm ultimately not happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But where I find people have the most fulfilling careers is where they focus on first identifying what ideal life they want to build, or what we call a dream path, the dream life, right?
Hmm.
Identifying that dream life. And then from there, reverse engineering the best career path or the best move in their job search to make that dream life a reality, right?
Yeah.
That's where your job or your career feels fulfilling. It feels fulfilling because your job is enhancing your life as opposed to draining it.
Yeah.
Right? This is the importance of being extremely targeted.
Yeah, but a lot of immigrants, including myself, when where I arrived,
Mm.
like, I need a job, I need a survival job, I need anything at this moment, I need to pay the bills. But at the same time, we don't have to forget what our ideal job will be. So how can some immigrants or even international students can navigate that?
Yeah. So here's the thing: the idea of a dream life doesn't necessarily mean it's all sunshine and rainbows, right?
Mm.
And again, being an immigrant myself, my parents being immigrants, a lot of my close friends and people that I've worked with are immigrants. I understand the immigrant story and the immigrant hustle, right?
Yeah.
It's a huge move. I want to start off by understanding that it's a huge move. You're uprooting your entire life in one country, moving across a large body of land or water,
Yeah.
starting a whole new life, new
Mm.
culture, new people. It's completely different. So that's one of the few things in life that's definitely a very difficult journey to go through. But I would even say for the immigrant story, I don't even like to say immigrant, I like to say newcomer, but
Newcomer.
for the newcomer story, I still say the idea of identifying the best target role is important. So what I mean by dream life is that is ideally where you want to build it to, but getting to it now may not be possible, right?
Yeah.
And again, as you'll kind of see throughout our conversation today here, I love analogies. This idea of building up your dream life is like buying a dream house, right? For a lot of people, when they kind of are earlier on in life and starting their home buying journey, they won't be able to afford their dream house right away, right? Most cases, they might start off with a condo or a small townhouse, and then from there they move into a small detached home, and then a little bit bigger, and then after that they get to their dream home, right? So that dream home might be 2 or 3 moves away. But the idea of what that dream home is going to be eventually motivates people on that home buying journey. Similarly, even for somebody who's a newcomer, when you come to Canada or America or wherever, and you
Mhm.
end up being a newcomer too, you're there for a reason. You're there to build a certain life that you envisioned when you left your country,
Yes.
right? So put that front and center and then reverse engineer it, right?
Hmm.
Getting into the ideal role at the point where you would be in your dream life, which might be 10 or 20 chapters ahead, may not be realistic now. But if you reverse engineer it, you can understand, well, okay, if at my dream life, I'm going to have this ideal dream role, right? If I keep reverse engineering it, the next best move that will eventually lead to the dream role will be X,
Yeah.
right? And so even if you are a newcomer and you're looking for a survival job, that's part of that reverse engineering step. Maybe that half step is a survival job that will eventually get you into a job that you kind of like, that sets you up for success, that will eventually lead to your ideal career move and dream life.
Thank you, Abdurrahman, for that. And for the audience watching or listening for the first time, I'm going to ask Abdurrahman a couple of questions and I'm going to post them on a daily basis. Kind of a journey with us. You can like, share, or comment. So tune in next time for another great question.